In this video we're going to try and get to the bottom of that misfire on that Range Rover. Yes, it's Friday, we're back onto the Range Rover. I had all sorts of plans for the weekend. The 90 that was going to go back to Florida, well, that's now been postponed and it's now going back on the 25th. Apparently there's a big storm down in Florida and the airport's closed tomorrow, and he couldn't get a flight until the 25th. So let's do something interesting. Now, I don't really do much with petrol engines, and this is a V8, which is even sort of more complicated because when there's a misfire you've got 8 cylinders there playing around. And to try and check the spark plugs, normally what you do is you take one out and you plug it into the lead and you lay it on the block and have a look for a spark. Well, that's kind of difficult to do when you're on your own. You know, very difficult to do when you're on your own. So I took out the plugs the other day of the truck, out the engine, and had a look at them, and I got some very interesting results. Because we put a new set of plugs in, if you can remember. And I just did a little sort of sketch as I was going along. It's not the best of sketches, but get this. So the cylinders in the Range Rover run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you've got all the odds on one side and all the evens on the other side. Kind of easy to remember. When I took the plugs out, number 1, sooty. Not sooty and sweet. Number 2, sooty. Number 3, clean. Number 4, sooty. Number 5, sooty. Number 6, clean. And number 7, clean. And number 8, clean too. And by what I mean is clean, the car hadn't run all that much, so that the plugs are a bit, like carboned up from being like on choke. But why would they be clean? That would be a sign that they're not firing, one would have thought. Like I say, I don't do much with petrol engines, try to avoid them. But thanks to Patreon money and paying subscribers, I do put money back into this channel. It's not all beer and fags. And I came up with this gadget here I found on Amazon. It's a spark plug tester. Alright, that's it there. And you plug it into your mains, you lift the cover up, and you put your plugs in, like this. I've never seen one before, I didn't know. We used to have magnetos back in the day, you know, but we don't have to. Put the cover on so you don't catch yourself, and turn it on. And by turning the knob, you can turn it up to the equivalent of 6,000 RPM, which is more than enough. Now, you can't see that very well, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to turn the lights off and hold this close to the camera so you can see. Right, is that dark enough for you? I'll take the cover off. I'll zoom out a bit. And here we go. Now, there's not much wrong with those plugs. I've tested all the set and they're exactly the same. Now, just as a piece of interest, you can't see this, but I'm putting an old Champion plug in. These were NGKs. I'm putting an old Champion plug in, and you can see the difference. That's as far as, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's as far as my wire will stretch. Good, aren't they? No, that's me knocking the wire on the anything. Nothing. In fact, the old Champions there give a nice fat blue spark, where the other ones is just sort of a thin spark. play with that all day, couldn't you? Let's go and put the light back on. So, with that funky gizmo, we've established that the plugs are good. Maybe it was because they were sooty. They were firing up the insulator. Now, that eliminates the plugs, sort of. But, are we getting a spark from the coil pack? Hard to say, isn't it? So I bought another tool. I bought one of these Lyle spark plug testers. And why did I buy this one? Well, Lyle's have got a very good reputation in North America for being good tools. I mean, I don't know where they're made. They're probably made in China. Let's have a quick shufty. Well, it doesn't say. It doesn't say where it's made. Anyway, so the thing about it is, this comes with two types of caps. It's a straight and an angled cap. And what you do is you put it in line with your spark plug, and the little light in here should shine up when you've got a spark. That means we don't have to hold the plug onto the block and save your fingers from getting a shock. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go outside and we're going to, well, I'll tell you what we're going to do now. We're going to open this bloody thing, aren't we? What was the point of me telling you about it when you've not opened it? See what it does. Watch me cut through wire. I've done that before. No, you all haven't. Yeah, Lyle was pretty good gear. Right. Let's have a look at it. It's kind of heavy. I've seen the cheaper ones on eBay and things like this, and YouTube, oh not YouTube, Amazon. But this is looks like a. Is it plastic or glass? Oh, it's plastic. I thought it feels like it's glass. So let's go outside now. We're going to plug. What are we going to do? Which one are we going to plug in? I'm going to plug that in, and then put that plug onto the existing spark plug and put the existing lead into here and see what happens. There's the tool. Start it up. Oh, is it fallen off? There we can see the plug is firing. Oh, there's an output out of the coil. That's good. So I'm going to check all 8 cylinders and see if that is the problem, and if we can find a bad plug. Kind of impressive, isn't it? Every spark plug is firing. Well, every lead is firing. But I was playing around with this now. I was putting my hands on the back cylinders. The manifold is cold. Now I'll try and put a series of pictures up to show you, but it's showing 43 degrees on the back cylinder. Well, the ambient temperature today is about 30. 96 on the fronts. Have I got the leads on the right way around? I've just downloaded a GEMS coil pack. Have I put the wires on like a Bosch coil pack, which is in a different firing order? Well, it's in the same firing order, but the plugs are in a different order. I'm going to check that, because it should be so stupid, because I bet you that's what I've done. What a muppet, because I just downloaded it. The internet, eh? Now I just happen to have a scrap spare GEMS engine. This is a 4.6 for spares. I want you to notice something interesting, because some muppets made a real mistake on this diagram here. I've just pinched all the plug leads off this engine, because these were genuine plugs, genuine leads, and they are numbered. But if you look very carefully, 1, what's that? 6, 5, what's that? 8, 7, 4, 3, 2. He's got it here because this is the bracket and there's the plug. He's got them all backwards. he's got them like that, look. So that's deceiving. Now this leads us on to another problem, back to the car. I have a sneaking feeling the injector is defective on number 7. Is it 7? No, wait a minute. 8, number 8. I think number 8 injector. I can still put my hand on the exhaust manifold even though it's been running. Yet the others are fine. So that could only come to one conclusion. The injector's sticking. It has to be. Or it's not opening, it's not working, there's something wrong with it. It doesn't make any sense. The problem is, you see, you're not supposed to run the engine with the injectors off. It can damage the computer. And to get the injector rail off, we're going to have to take the plenum off. I don't think we can do any other way. But all the other injectors seem to be working fine. I'm going to double check it with the thermal imaging camera. I'll be back. It's the two back ones, 6 and 8. 6 and 8 are not getting warm. That's why we've got this uneven. Are they blocked? Something's not right, is it? The plug leads are on right, because all these plugs and everything on this side is working fine. The front two, 3 and 5 are working fine. No, wait a minute. 2 and 4 are working fine. 6 and 8 are not. Let's pull it to bits. Well, I got the injectors out. In fact, I got 6 and 8 out. What's the date on that? 1988. That's odd, because this engine's 97, so I think somebody's had a problem with this before. But look very closely inside. Can you see there's some dirt? I bet you that's got sucked up from the tank somehow. I really don't know. But what I've done is I've cut a wire off an old engine and grafted it on there. Now we're going to go in the shop where it's a bit cooler, because it's really warm today, and flick these and see if there's anything going through these. This might be a bit tricky to film, but now that's me flicking the wire at the top. That's on an old one. That's on one we took out. And I have a bag of spare ones here which I'm not really sure what they're like. But we'll click one in. I can hear that clicking. That one's working. So we were right. We had two dead ones. Let's pick another one up. Bloody card. I'll listen to this and I'll tell you with my superb hearing. I wish I had some crocodile clips. Yep. Do you know what I'm thinking? And you'll probably agree. At this stage, get rid of them two there that we've got. That one's a worker, that one's a worker. Get rid of the ones that was defective, and I've got a bag of, what's it, that's 2, 4, 8 plus another 6. What's 14 injectors. Let's send them down and get them cleaned somewhere before we put them back in, and then we know that they're clean and they're working. Because otherwise, you know, if you've ever done these, it's a pain in the, well, it's not a pain in the ass, but it's fiddly little nuts and bolts and stuff like that. But that's its problem. Two dud injectors. I know what you're thinking. Shall I take them apart? But You can't really. They're all sort of crimped and sealed up. Kaput.